She's a lot tougher than I expected. Very capable. You might want to talk to Hypatia before we head out. She's taken one of the rooms. Just for a while, I think.
Grand Guard. Oh.
Can you remember anything that might help me? I need to find Anton Sokolov. He could be the key to unraveling the Duke's plans.
My memories are disjointed. The Duke is close to his grand inventor, Kirin Jindosh. That man has the empathy of a mantis. He seems to both admire and despise Sokolov. We visited Aramis Stilton. I liked him. But something bad happened. Just snatches of memory. Sorry.
You should rest easy for a while. Maybe some of that will help.
I hope so. I'm not sure I even fully understand what you did for me, but I owe you for helping me at Adamire. Thank you.
Megan must be up on deck.
Let's hope your friend doesn't sink the boat while we're gone. Ready?
Ready.
All right, let's get underway. Jindosh is important to the Duke's inner circle. The Grand Guard watches his mansion, and they'll call down the entire city if they find out who you are.
I'll make sure they don't. You said there's a wall of light cutting off access to the carriage station?
Yes, but there's a black market shop nearby. They sell on the sly. Ever use a rewiring tool?
Corvo taught me the theory.
Good. Get past the wall of light, then ride the carriage to where Jindosh lives. And there's a reason people are afraid of his mansion.
I'll get it done.
Emily, take care of this crazy man and his clockwork soldiers, then bring Sokolov back. He means a lot to me.
I screamed and fell out of bed. It's not common knowledge, but traveling by ship horrifies me. It's unnatural. The ocean is a malignant force. It exists to drive us mad or drag us down deep, where our skin and organs turn to jelly and our bones settle in the muck.
Keep my mind on my duties.
For those
Forget
poor
about that
fools who
kiss.
make their trade on the water with the wish of luck. Serconis is a land of tall timber, fierce winds, and deep silver mines. Leave the ocean for those with no other choice.
Nah, not this time.
Heard some victims were found.
But as I look out from the windows of the Grand Palace, I know these are lies. Serconis is a land of riches. Yes. People are poor because they're lazy. It's true that across our capital city there are abandoned buildings, blood spots.
See Jindosh's mansion from here. The gate's down. I'll need the code.
Oh, something stinks around here. It's not my job to clean it up.
The clockwork off, clean up the dust district. Better than the time of the rat place. They make people stand up straight. The Duke has his way. We'll have an army of the clockwork soldiers by this time next year.
Just know it.
myself, but I get a blessing for this. I don't even know that. I can just go to the highest.
My locker before coming out. Last time I left it, someone left a hanger in the jacket pocket. Hope they accept my transfer. I've got to get over to one of the other districts.
Hard times. Hard times. Gotta be on the lookout.
mansion has a strange beauty to it, but all such places must eventually come to ruin. Jindosh, it's time to pay for what you've done, and maybe I can find Sokolov.
Welcome to my home, stranger. The door is always open to those with the will to pass the threshold. If you're here by appointment, then proceed and bide your time. Otherwise, I'd be remiss if I didn't inform you about the defensive mechanisms employed here, which are quite formidable. Many have entered without invitation, for reasons as myriad as the fish in the ocean. But of those who've dared to explore further, very few have found their way back out.
Who would build something like this? And why?
Ah, someone's activated one of the mechanisms in my house.
Jindosh.
Welcome, visitor. My home is always open. It's one of my great curiosities, seeing how the common mind navigates these shifting rooms. I'm Kirin Jindosh, but you must know that. I invite you to continue, stranger. Just come up the stairs. Meet with me face to face in the upper hall. You're surrounded by the individual components of my greatest creation, the Clockwork Soldier. Now I think I understand. I invite you to meet me face to face. Come over to the glass door, here in the upper hall. There you are. Magnificent. Now that I see you, I've worked out who you are. Not a hired cutthroat. Your clothes are too fine. An aristocratic thrill seeker? That's closer. You've trained with weapons formally, but you're not a salon fencer. There's a bit of back alley in your movements. All that, and you have your father's eyes, your imperial majesty. Welcome, Lady Emily Caldwin.
Impressive, Jindosh. Then you must also know why I'm here.
I'd assume my involvement with the Duke brought you to my door. Or maybe you're after washed-up Anton Sokolov, comfortably residing in the assessment chamber. Either way, come find me and take whatever it is you seek. But if you fall, I'll have your body carried to my lab for dissection and study. Until either comes to pass, your secret is safe with me.
I'll see you soon, Jindosh.
Until then. Clockwork soldiers, there's an interloper in my home. Before you start your investigation, you look beyond my time. The Jindosh Clockwork Soldier. Marvel at the Clockwork Soldier's hardened metallic skeleton and razor-sharp blade. My greatest creation. The machine has completed another. In part, I made this place for luxury and spectacle, I suppose, but it's more than that. This place is a testament to engineering itself. Playback indicates criminal profile.
Sounds like someone's in the building. Should we wake the Clockwork?
It'll wake up on its own if a fight breaks out. They're blind, but they can still hear.
Creepy to know they might be listening to us. Can they understand what we're saying?
No. No more than an audiograph machine can. What? The window. Maybe the wind or something. Huh?
They grow well here, and we could make a pretty penny selling off the bad ones to the miners.
Someone there? I'll be damned!
The override. Okay, enemy encountered. You consider the Grand Guard personnel protecting me to quarry, but yet the best one of my Clockwork soldiers. I intended action. She was identified as lifeless body.
Let the Clockwork soldier do that!
Combat protocol. Playback for cooling down. Playback for contact for the Clockwork. Good show. Rising, given your cobbled upbringing. I sense your movements. I know where you are. I love to sit there, smoking and sketching out new ideas. careful. This was devised to test the limits of the clockwork soldiers. Quite dangerous. If you're really looking for Sokolov, that old nag is around here somewhere.
Someone's there. Wait!
Why would you work with us? We've been here for months, but we've barely seen a third of the house. If he can replace members of the Grand Guard with those blasted mechanical men, why not us?
Do you have to ask? Can you imagine one of them pouring tea? It might take your hand off.
Give Jindosh time. He'll figure that out too. We'll be out on the streets.
I wouldn't last a night outside, and neither would you.
When I think about it, your presence implies a great deal. It's very impressive that you survived Delilah and made it down here to Karnaka, all without the aid of your infamous father. The machine is recharging the magnetic coil. Increasing assessment chamber reconfigured. Standing by. Navigation assessment chamber reconfiguring. Standing by. Configuration speed. Adapting to layout. Okay, playback for combat protocols.
Somewhere aware. His lungs. He hides it.
Cooling down. Mechanism detached. Magnetic or mechanical. Enemy at 3. Overheating. Stop all action. Playback for unambiguous enemy. Okay. down. The clockwork you just destroyed served as the prototype for depth perception. I'll collect it and add it to my gallery.
Is that young Emily Kaldwin?
Anton, save your strength. I came to take you out of here.
Jindosh has bigger plans. What would be the end?
I'm going to visit Jindosh too, old friend. You'll be safer in the carriage, Sokolov. Then, I owe Jindosh a visit.
Astonishing! You freed Anton Sokolov.
One of us is down. Who are you? Stop!
Ready? This shouldn't take long. Time to collect this bounty. Bad move.
From your movements, it seems your wounds are serious. Imagine if the Empress died here in my home and honor. What is it that motivates you? Intelligence? Passion? Perhaps it is something I cannot measure, but I will try. Sneaky Emily Kaldwin. Inputs on my poor clockwork soldiers.
Somehow I got out of that alive.
This playback after the final field test. I won't let you take him. Sokolov was the great thinker of his time, and now he belongs to me. Increasing oil tank temperature.
soldier deal with.
Switching to alternative tactical mode.
Come back here! I'll kill you for that!
Somehow I got out of that alive.
Breathtaking. According to the scales beneath the floor and my acoustic sensors, you move quite quickly.
Sounds like the Clockworks haven't caught our intruder yet.
Give him time. Between those things and the room transformations, there's no chance whoever it is will make it this far into the mansion.
Maya spent 3 months over on the west side working near Lady Pinoli. And that's all it took. Now he's a major. Bastard.
Somewhere near they hold hands. They drink poison together. This old couple. A beggar tricked them out of their home.
One of the finest views in all Karnaca.
It's a long way down.
Without certainty. Return to idle.
At last, Imperial Majesty, you found me. You realize you're only the second person
Kieran Jindosh.
sophisticated laboratory in the Isles. Please, try not to damage anything as you die. Clockwork soldiers, dispatch this intruder. Come out and end this trivial game.
Okay, trigger exploration. Playback for unambiguous enemy. Switching to alternative tactical mode.
Goodbye, Grand Inventor.
Triggering electrostatic discharge. Stand clear. Combat Protocol 6.
What cruelty is this? I'm almost sorry I didn't use the electroshock machine on Jindosh. He deserved it.
Playback for combat protocols. Playback indicates
Duke Luca Abel.
General detection state. Playback indicates criminal profile. Switching to alternative tactical mode. Triggering electrostatic discharge. Stand clear. Combat Protocol 8. Unauthorized presence. The machine is over. Shut down mode. Playback for detection registered. The machine is experiencing uncertainty.
back indicates some detection without certainty. Dead person lives. Its body is discovered.
You are a nuisance to the city. Didn't anybody tell you? I hope you kissed your kids goodbye this morning.
Good teacher. It's good in spells and all that.
I hope it doesn't interfere with the tinctures.
You did it. How is he?
He's frail and wounded, but he'll recover.
I didn't think it was possible. You must have a story to tell. I'll hear it back at the ship.
Let's go then. The void, but somehow different this time.
Surprised I can pull you into this place? The outsider marked me long ago. I made you flee your precious tower and turned your father into cold stone. how difficult for you. But when I was young, sweet Jessamine and I were close as sisters, sharing a secret. Emperor Kaldwin had another daughter, born in shame to a kitchen maid.
Am I dreaming? If not, how is Delilah doing this?
I told you, when you're older, our sister.
You said that last year. Jessamine is younger than me, and she's a court every day.
Disney's, well, it's complicated. You'll understand someday.
Whatever I do, I'll be good. I swear.
Next year, I promise.
Games in the tower, but at night I'd go back to the servants' quarters to cockroaches and thin gruel. Emperor Daddy would visit and tell me if I was good. Next year I'd be old enough to come to court to be a princess. Then one day, pretty Jessamine broke something worth a fortune, and the spy master caught us. She claimed I did it, and he whipped me in the garden house until I bled. My mother lost her kitchen job, and that night we were out on the streets with no place to sleep.
I didn't break it.
Would you like to tell me what you did?
We were just playing.
You're Lady Jessamine. What's your account?
It was her. Delilah's lie. She broke it.
Saw the nastiest parts of Dunwall, ending up in debtor's prison. Jessamine died quick on an assassin's blade, but my mother lingered for weeks after a fat guard broke her jaw. They threw me out when she died. I looked up at the lights of Dunwall Tower and swore revenge. Washing bedsheets in a brothel, I painted on the side, until Anton Sokolov took me as a student. That's the polite word for it. I was crafty even before the outsider marked me, and survived the worst the Empire could offer. Now it's your turn.
My mother's sick. She needs help.
Your mother kicked off while you were out begging. She's another bag of bones now, girl.
What? No!
Your sentence is served and she'll be tossed out with the others. You can't stay here anymore.
It's hard to know whether my dear old aunt is telling the truth or not. When I saw what they'd done to Anton Sokolov, I wanted to hurt everyone who'd helped Delilah and the Duke of Serkonos pull off their coup. Sokolov is the man who made whale oil into a weapon, who turned back the plague, and now he's barely able to speak. The hands that painted the most powerful men and women of our time shake too badly to hold a spoon. When he does talk, he's going to give me a name. The next step along the way to Duke Luca Abel, then Delilah herself. A name. That's all I need.
I'm with you, even in the void. If only I could do more.
Mother? That wasn't a dream, was it?
Am I to blame for Delilah's bitterness?
All this is her doing. And she'll die for it.
Our decisions have weight. I feel my time drawing to an end soon.